This is my match video for the USPSA match held at the Big Sky Practical Shooting Range, May 5th, 2021. I'm using my 320 X VTAC with Delta Point Pro in carry optics with my ALS holster. This is my first match using the Wilson Combat Grip with weights and a TLR-1. Just because I have a light for my tactical gun does not mean that I'm trying to get some speed boost out of it. I personally didn't notice a difference with or without the light in the couple of trips to the range that I have had with and without it. I'm currently also only using 17-round mags, so that will affect some of my stage plans compared to if I had 21 or 23-round mags. Starting on stage 6, I took a bit of a different plan than most had before I went, and with the exception of needing to come back and a couple of extra shots, I think this went very well.
Back. We are finished. Go on, unload and show clear. If clear, hammer down. Holster.
With all alphas, I took 34.37 seconds, had a hit factor of 4.6552, and 67.44% of the winner's score.
Are you ready? Stand by. You're finished to load.
Where'd you go?
The other side.
I'm going to stand right here. We good?
Finish and load, show clear, hammer down, holster.
With only one makeup shot and a single Charlie, I took 13.93 seconds, a hit factor of 4.8816, and 73.45% of the winner's score.
Are you ready? Stand by. Finish to load, show clear, hammer down, holster.
Aside from my movement being a bit overly enthusiastic, this went extremely well, taking only 16.79 seconds to earn a hit factor of 7.5515 with only alphas, and a 60.22% of the winner's score.
Are you ready? Stand by.
That was a fucking stupid decision.
No, you still got fastest time, so if you're finished and load, show clear, hand down, holster.
The classifier, 20-01 Wish You Were Here, took me 11.46 seconds and earned a hit factor of 5.2356 with only alphas and 76.72% of the winner's score. This was a B-class run. In the hypothetical world where I had kept the Charlie on this last target, I would have had a time of 10.08 with 58 points for a hit factor of 5.754. This would have put me in 6th on the stage, but would not have changed my classification, so I don't really care much.
Are you ready? Yeah. Stand by. Show clear, hammer down, holster.
No match is complete without a little bit of a dumpster fire.
Aside from hitting the popper low 3 times and a delta on the farthest paper I shot, with my time of 29.21, hit factor of 4.316, and 75.02% of the winner's score, it was nice to see that run on the plate rack.
Are you
on
ready?
this stage, you had to perform a
Stand
mandatory
by.
reload after 6 rounds for each string, and you were limited to only 10 shots per string.
And so is the Cool. I'm going outside. Cool.
Are you ready? Stand by.
One missed. And that one barely missed his shoulder.
When ROs are flustered, it is best to wait for them and keep everything downrange.
Finish the load show clear, hammer down, holster.
That was pretty good.
Previously, throughout this match, the RO in the clip had been slightly inconsistent, both with me and other shooters, in giving range commands at the end of strings. This should have tipped me off to pause and slow down before going through my usual unload and show clear procedure. This stage would have gone fairly well had I not included a Charlie, Delta, and my only mic of the match. Taking 20.63 seconds, 3.3366 hit factor, and 59.53% of the winner. This stage has two notes that I want to make on scoring. First is that an uncalled no-shoot was added to my score, and a Charlie was recorded as a Delta. This meant that I actually had 2 Charlies and 1 mic on this stage aside from all the alphas. I don't typically pay attention to the scoring tablet since I am usually not at matches where there's any bragging rights on the line or I'm fighting with someone that I know or for first place. While this is 100% on me as the shooter, the score that I earned shooting the stage was 17 alphas and 2 Charlies with 1 mic, as called by the RO. This is a score of 81. The points column on practice score does not show subtracted points here. This would result in a hit factor of 3.9168, being 69.88% of the winner and 7th place. This would have resulted in 10.352 extra match points overall and 13.0283 points in carry optics. From here, I will be using these scores and numbers for positioning and scoring. In the hypothetical world where I had made a Charlie on the head of the target that I missed, I would have had 17 alphas and 3 Charlies. This is 94 points, would have been a hit factor of 4.5565 and 81.3% of the winner's score, which would have been 3rd overall and the best carry optics. If we all had those hits that we're just a bit off though, we would all be GMs, so this really doesn't matter and is mostly a mental exercise in watching your sights and taking a little bit of extra time on limited round count stages. In the final results, I should have taken 7th place with 77.47% of the winner's score, as well as only 3 Charlies, 1 Delta, and 1 mic for the whole match. This was by far the most accurate shooting of anyone on the day and tells me that I should speed up some at USPSA-like matches and that I can shoot with this pace at IDPA or more other accuracy-focused events. In carry optics, I still took 3rd, no matter how you score it. This match was probably one of the best days of shooting that I have had ever. While I came in 3rd in carry optics, if I had not taken the makeup shot on the classifier and made the final hit that I talked about at length and had a properly scored stage, it would have been a 2nd in carry optics and a 6th overall. There are clearly some things that I need to work on here, one of which is body control. Being one of the most obvious things, my movement on stages has never been something that I focused on more than gross, go here, shoot these targets, move to next position, shoot those targets. Maybe that is the next step that I need to take to bump my scores further, at least for USPSA matches, but I will think about that in the future. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.